we have like this little group of people that we just hang around like constantly because we've grown into the zombie community, and I like I'm playing Call of Duty Zombies and all, but I'm gonna miss having to wait another extra month just to get all the DLC.
Yeah, and like, okay. So, you see, let's see. Okay, like, the map packs, the map packs for all the Call of Duties, in my opinion, you see, like, Treyarch map packs, especially, the map packs, like the multiplayer maps, they are somewhat good, but they're running out of ideas. So, like, Studio. Studio is the perfect example. They didn't know what to do, so they brought back a firing range.
No, that's not exactly what happened. They were bombarded with requests to get that map. Like, if you went on Twitter and looked at the main producer of Treyarch's, like, zombie community and everything, they just bombarded him with questions like, oh, you need to bring back firing range. So they changed it up a little bit and made it into a Hollywood studio.
Well, never mind. I guess that's what I said is all. But, they are running out of ideas, no doubt.
And, yeah,
but
like,
you see,
I enjoyed the storyline of Call of Duty and all, but they're running out of ideas in the future.
Oh, no doubt. You see, but, like, this is where I take Battlefield side, okay? Now, I know people don't like realism, but, I like the fact that if I'm not, like, if I don't shoot it, like, if a guy runs behind a wall, I know I'm not gonna kill him, But Call of Duty, you have these magic bullets that fly through freaking walls and crap, yeah, they like follow you, heat-seeking missiles. But if Battlefield, that is where Battlefield, in my opinion, is far superior. The graphics, the gameplay, the campaign. It's just and I do know that sniping in Battlefield 3 is a bit difficult for me because
you have to learn how to curve the bullets down.
Yeah, there's three effects going in on Battlefield 3. 3 effects, and it's very annoying to calculate each one. Okay, there's the wind, then there's the bullet drop, and then the Coriolis effect. And if you don't know what the Coriolis effect, it's the rotating of the bullet with the rotating of the earth. So basically, the bullet's going to move which way the earth's rotating. So which is left, I think, in the game.
Yeah.
So you have to aim to the left a little bit. But, it's just far more superior. And if you watched E3, then you realize that Battlefield 4 is far, far, far more, like, better upgrade to Battlefield 3 because, I want to be the guy in a tank shooting down skyscrapers. It's just, I sided with Battlefield so many times, and I get hate so much that, like, Call of Duty is better, and crap like that. But, I just come back and tell them, what's better, realism or games? I would say a different word, but I don't want to offend any Call of Duty fans. Like, I like Call of Duty myself, it's a good game. It's fun to play with friends. But, Treyarch, I like Treyarch as a company, but you see, they're running out of ideas for multiplayer while they still have a solid story going for zombies. But yet, I still question that, because where in the heck do these 4 new characters come from? Marlington, and all those characters, and then they come back with Frank
Sinatra.
Yeah, Frank.
Like, all these different
No,
people.
not Frank.
I know, I was just
Billy
messing with you.
Hanson and Weasel, Arlington, and stuff like that. I don't know where this is coming from, but
it's like they're following the storyline, like, not really the storyline, but it's going back to Call of Duty Black Ops 1. And they're following the way, the release dates and how they work. Mob of the Dead, Call of the Dead. And Ascension was, what was it, what is the map called? Die Rise. And that was a really, really weird step for everyone. They were like, alright, these random 4 characters, what are we going to see in the next map? What's this? And then all of a sudden, we just get the story of having to choose a side between Richtofen and Maxis. It's good, but it's not what I was looking forward to in Black Ops 2.
Yeah, I was so looking forward to seeing my 4 favorite characters, you know, Richtofen, Takeo, Nikolai, and Dempsey. The four original, dude, the Super Force.
Yeah.
You know, just the 4 original characters that were amazing, you know. The dialogue, the voice acting for them was just amazing. And I laughed every time Nikolai spoke. But, you know, I miss that, you know, and I don't get that type of treat in Black Ops 2, you know. I don't get to hear Nikolai, like when I pick up a trench gun, pumps, just like Fourth Wife. You know, I don't hear that stuff anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
And
you know, like, I like to question myself with Nikolai, you know? Like, I like to go back and look at all his dialogue and see how many wives he really had.
Yeah.
You know? I don't
And remember, remember when Black Ops 1 just came out, and me, you, John, and Peyton were playing what's he called? Jesus Christ, Kino der Toten. We were playing, and then John was like, "Oh, I'll stick a quarter and you'll get you for a gum. I'll make you in the shape of a gumball. Dempsey, do you have a quarter? I can get you a zombie for a quarter." It was hilarious. Richtofen was one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, Richtofen, he was a weird character, but you know, his dialogue was weird.
Yeah. And not only that, is the songs, like the hidden Easter egg songs in the Call of Duty series. All of them so far were pretty good. And I've loved every single one by Alina Sigmund. I appreciate what they're doing with the Avenged Sevenfold. Like, I love Avenged Sevenfold and all. But I think it should be back the way it is, like with Alina Sigmund. But I know the reason why, in case you guys didn't know, is because of the storyline. And in case you didn't know, in Moon, on the last DLC on Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies, Moon, basically, Samantha is controlling all the zombies. You go to the moon, Dr. Richtofen takes over all the zombies. And then Samantha is now in Richtofen's body. And Richtofen is now Samantha's body. So Richtofen is trying to kill them again. So now, the thing is, you're trying to stop Richtofen now. And then you hear Maxis, but all the things that Maxis has done and all the things that Richtofen has done is all colliding together. And
but you know, I can explain the whole story between World of War and Black Ops. You know, I can explain the whole story. You know, because it all leads up. And you know, I kind of questioned Call of the Dead at first, but then I realized, you know, the story led up to the final verdict. And you know, if you play Call of the or Mob of the Dead, you know, on Alcatraz, you know, the zombies' eyes, you know, when Samantha controlled them, they were red.
No,
okay,
the eyes were orange, but now they're red.
Oh yeah, they were orange.
And what's up with the box? The light in the box is red too.
Well, yeah, you know, but you see that you know. You look at Richtofen, or when Richtofen controlled them, their eyes were blue. When Samantha controlled them, their eyes were orange. You know, but their eyes are neither color, and it's what in the 1980s, something like that.
Yeah. 1982, I believe.
1982. Okay, so that leads me to believe that Samantha, Nikolai, Takeo, and Dempsey somehow got Richtofen out of control.
And maybe...
You know, they...
Yeah. And I think they're switching back and forth between times, and now Maxis is in charge. But you still hear Samantha.
Hey, Pandora listeners, Dion Cole here. Sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt
and
your music
that's
listening
where I
experience.
think
You can
they
get back to your
they
music channel
basically
as
killed
soon as you're
themselves.
done listening
They
to me tell you
basically
about
killed
my new
themselves
show
at
called
Moon
Dion
because
Cole's
they
Black
didn't
Box.
know
Come
how
on
they
in
were gonna do
Mondays at
anything,
10 on
so they
TBS.
basically
I'll
started
give
a
you
new
my perspective
storyline.
on pop culture, current events, the
You
web,
know,
everything in
with the
between.
with the four
They're giving them
characters that no
time
one
to
cares
think.
about. You know, the four characters on Transit. You know, I don't know their names. You know, I don't care for them. They don't interest me, so I don't care to learn their names. But you know, I don't like when I play Transit. I don't want to hear some retard talk about how he wants to die in corn. You know, I don't. I guess his name's Samuel. I think
Yeah,
was his
Samuel's
name.
the one that can hear the zombies and shit.
Yeah. Every time I pass by the freaking cornfield, corn. I've always wanted to die in a field of corn.
Yeah, it's so
I'm like,
dark.
who cares? And then Russ Man, dude. My God.
Peyton makes so many jokes out of Russ,
Russ,
man.
Russ Man never wanted this. And then he's like, F you, Arlington, I can do this on my own. I'm like, Russ Man. What is it? They just, this is, Black Ops 2 is a disappointment to me. You know, I, like, Mob of the Dead, you know, past all of the, all of the factors between the characters and the storyline and all that, past all that, Mob of the Dead is a wonderful map. You know, I love it.
Yeah, me
You
too.
know, it's weird, it's open, and it's somewhat difficult if you are kind of jammed. But you know, that's what I like about it. You know, I like to me, in my opinion, Shangri-La was the hardest map
By far
ever.
the hardest map.
You know, they were like, they were like, oh, let's add 2 new zombies, Scorchers and Screamers. I think there were.
Yeah,
Or
Scorchers and
Napalm,
Screamers.
or
Napalm Zombie and
Napalm or-
Screecher.
Yeah, and then after that map was over, they got a lot of FU mail, so they quit.
Yeah.
But you know, it was if it was fun, it was also very very difficult.
And
You know, the Easter egg. The Easter egg took us about like a week to complete.
yeah, it took us forever to complete.
And you know what surprises me? Every time we tried to do the moon Easter egg, we always failed, because we had Peyton with us, and he would always run off,
Yeah.
and then he'd go down, and then I would go to revive him, and he'd never tell me how many zombies he had on him, so I'd end up getting overwhelmed and not knowing how many zombies were there, and it ends up being like 10 crap loads, but But when we finally got the Easter egg done, finally, it was a sigh of relief where everybody was happy, finally got our 75D achievement. And then every single time afterwards we played Moon, we did the Easter egg.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's like every single time we did the moon Easter egg, like every single time we played it, we're just like, hey, you want to do the moon Easter egg? Sure, why not? Every time we did it. Like, I don't think we failed, like, ever. Since
No,
that
we
one
never
day.
did fail. No, and you were like, John would be like, you guys want to do the Easter egg? And I'd be like, if someone gets the wave gun, sure. And then, like, John opened the box and he get the wave gun. And he was like, I got the wave gun. Sure, why not?
Yeah. And it's like, I got QEDs and...
But, the hardest thing to predict in that Moon Easter egg was Excavator 6.
That was a bastard. It took
Yes,
so long. Like, we could
Yeah,
survive by ourselves. Like, all of us could survive by ourselves because we had so much experience by that point, and we were trained zombie players by this man right here. And he basically trained us from the ground up. And mad props to Clayton right now because, honestly, I would have never made it to round 87 without Clayton. And I made it, and me, myself, I made it to round 72 on Die Rise. Not Darius, Die Rise. By myself, because Clayton taught me how to play zombies. He taught me how to bob and